Over the last 7 months, my print-on-demand store has done over $800,000 in sales, allowing me to profit over $100,000. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step what I would do today if I was starting over again from scratch. This will hands down be the most valuable video about print-on-demand that you will see, and you'll want to stay until the end because I'm going through it all. I'm talking about the research, the niche, the product, to the ads. We're going through all of it. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this store and what I would create today if I was starting all over again in 2024. The first thing that we're going to do is talk about research. Research is probably the most important part before starting a store. This is researching the type of product that you want to go for. It's researching the niche that you should be selling in. Just kind of getting an idea for what's going on in the market. Now, I've been selling t-shirts on print on demand for the last 4 years. If I was starting over in 2024, I would continue to do a graphic t-shirt store. So the next biggest thing that I need to look into is figuring out what niche I should go into. Now, as you know, we have the help of ChatGPT who can help come up with niches. Before, you kind of had to Google, you kind of had to look around, and it probably would take you a lot longer to figure out which niche you wanted to sell in versus now we have the beauty of AI. I had ChatGPT pull up 20 different niches for a print-on-demand t-shirt store. You could easily have it come up with 100 and it would spit out 100 different niches. So if you can't find a niche, that one's on you because literally ChatGPT does the hard work for you. And then it's just kind of picking one out. I tend to like to do a niche that I know at least a little bit about because I think it makes creating the designs really easy and you can kind of understand what the people in that niche would want or look for. Let's say I chose travel and adventure. If I've never traveled, that's probably going to be a very hard niche to do. I may not know like the humor or challenges that people who have traveled had. So that's probably not a great niche for me to attack. Instead, maybe I'm a vegan. I can come up with probably 15 different funny sayings for people within the vegan niche because I'm vegan and I care about, not eating meat. Whatever it may be, it makes coming up with designs and ideas and relating to that niche a lot easier. And I think just easier to run the store overall because you have a better understanding of who your customer is. Not saying that you can't do anything, but I think personally, it makes it a little bit easier. Once you've picked out probably, let's say 3 different niches, I would then start to do some research of what are the graphic t-shirts in those niches. I would go to Google, Amazon, and Etsy, and I would just do a simple search of, vegan food shirts, vintage graphic t-shirts, vegan graphic t-shirts. Let's go to Amazon. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different shirts. Now there's a decent amount of reviews actually. These aren't too bad. Like that one's actually pretty funny. Powered by plants. You can see they like to use a lot of green, it seems, because of it being vegan and probably a plant-based diet. You have Rosie the Riveter, powered by plants. There's a lot of different ideas that we can get from, just a simple search like this. So honestly, vegan, not a horrible niche. Now, if I am vegan, I can probably come up with a lot better designs that a vegan would likely wear more. Let's say you're into the gaming niche. As you can see, gaming comes up with a lot of reviews. So this seems like it's a really strong niche in order to attack. So and it seems like honestly these designs are pretty simple that we can create something really similar to it easily on Canva. Nothing that requires like really intricate graphic design. So definitely a good niche to look out for. If you're somebody who does play video games, you can probably come up with 15 different funny video game sayings yourself. So this is a really good niche too. Now, I would do this on Amazon. I would also do this on Etsy. I would do a simple Google search and see if other print-on-demand or what look like print-on-demand stores come up and see what are they selling. Chances are if there's another competitor, then there's a market for it. If there's nobody, it's either A, a completely missed space, or B, it doesn't work. So I would keep that in mind. Competition is definitely a good thing. It's good to have other people within your realm, and it's good for us because we're on the Shopify side. Now, if you have 15 people selling the exact same t-shirt on Etsy, the person with the most reviews is probably going to win out 90% of the market. It's simple. Would you ever buy a graphic shirt that had no reviews versus a graphic shirt that had 33,000 reviews? I'm picking the one with 33,000 reviews. That's just hands down, that's what we're doing. As far as Shopify, you just need to get the person to your site, and then they're looking at reviews from yourself. So from one shirt to the next shirt. You're not competing with anybody on the same page like we are right now here on Amazon. So keep that in mind. Competition in terms of Shopify is definitely good. It proves that your niche is worth doing. Now, after we have gone through all this, we've picked a niche, you're going to want to pick a domain. A domain, you can go to GoDaddy. I think Google now has their own kind of domain search, and you're going to come up with some kind of domain to name your site. In this case, we could literally call it like GoDaddy.com. And you can put in a simple search. So we tried gamerapparel.com. We can see if it's available. Okay, so gamerapparel.com is taken, but thegamerapparel.com is available. Now, a lot of people get hung up. They think that they need a .com. You absolutely do not need a .com. .co works just as well. Gamerapparel.co is available. Don't get hung up on having a .com. If you can get a .com for cheap, great. If not, don't stress about it. Just go with the .co. But we could literally just purchase this, thegamerapparel.com, add that to then our Shopify store. I would then go to Shopify. I would open up a brand new store. I would throw in all the information that I need to start, a Shopify store, my business information. I would connect the domain that I purchased. I would get the theme, which is like how your website looks, completely done and functional. That way, the last thing that I need to look at are my designs and actually I'm then going and figuring out how I'm getting designs on this store. There are multiple ways that you can get designs. You can usually purchase some off of Etsy. I wouldn't recommend it because people probably are already selling that shirt, but you can make stuff within Etsy. So again, it makes it easier if you know stuff about this niche. You can use ChatGPT to find out stuff about that niche, funny, different sayings, puns, those types of things. Make them in Canva and then upload them into Printify yourself. You can hire a designer. So this is what I've done. I always go to Upwork. I find a decent designer. I give them ideas of what I'm looking for, and they help to tweak and give me those files. I then put those files into Printify onto a t-shirt. I connect it to my store, and then from there, my store is pretty much ready to go. Now, I go the extra step. I make my own mock-up. I do not use Printify's mock-ups. I like to do a lay flat shirt on a pretty simple background, but I like to add in aspects for the niche. So if you're going video gamer, you could have a video game controller. If you're doing vegan, you could have like some plants because that's probably what you're eating if you're vegan. So just kind of doing things that would maybe catch the eye of that niche, because what we're going to do is then use that mock-up in our ads. So I would then put the mock-up pictures on my Shopify store, and then from there, you are ready to launch. Your store should be completely done because you already did the whole Shopify side of things. You have your designs ready to go. I suggest having at least 50 designs in order to start. And then from there, you're going to start advertising for your store. The last thing that we need to do is then drive traffic to our store. There are a few ways that you can do this. You can either get organic traffic to your store. That would be coming up with your own kind of reels, TikToks, maybe Instagram posts if you're really content savvy, and organically driving people there. Or you can do what I do and I pay for the advertising. Now, I pretty much do the bare minimum when it comes to my advertising. I don't get super creative. I don't make crazy kind of content. I simply use the mock-up picture that I use on my site to catch somebody's attention. So this ad here is pretty much exactly what I would do for whatever brand I am advertising for. An ad that simply looks like this. It's nothing crazy, but it does get clicks and it gets people to the store to purchase. And then from there, it's just kind of working the ads and finding which ads do well, and then duplicating out designs that are similar to the designs that are selling well. So if it's, let's say, a funny vegan shirt that has a funny vegan saying, I'm then going to try to find other funny vegan sayings, because chances are if somebody liked the one saying, they're going to like a different saying, or maybe purchase both shirts. So it's just kind of like tweaking those ideas and just adding new designs to keeping your ads going. So if I was starting over fresh in 2024, these are the exact steps that I would take in order to launch a brand new store. I wouldn't change the product that I'm selling. I wouldn't change the printer that I'm with. That would be Printify. I wouldn't make any big changes. I probably would just maybe switch my niche to a different niche. But the steps that we just walked through are the exact steps that I rinse and repeat over and over again and have done multiple times. If you are looking to get started in print on demand or using Shopify, check out my free school community that I've linked below in the description. Here we are bringing together people who are trying to get started in print on demand, using Shopify, starting their own business. It's a place where everybody can come together and network with one another, ask questions, ask me questions, and it's free. Anybody can join. So click the link in the description below if you're interested in joining. And if you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications so anytime a new video is posted, you get notified. Thanks, guys.